Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Jones wants to throw to start things out here. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down.
Here are the key inactives for this one, Charles, and as you get towards the latter stages of the season, you hope that this is a clean graphic with no names, but that's hard to do in the NFL.
Yeah, there's almost no way you think it's going to be like that. It's just a matter of what names are on the list and how you prepare to play without them. Everyone wants to finish strong. Well, the only way to do it, forget the inactive list and focus on the guys who are going to take the field.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. They forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Throwing, Jones.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Gain of 4. Not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 7. Very good return that time. 18 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to John Ross. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Hurts.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Throwing is Hurts.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Quez Watkins.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are...
So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Now Jones. Got a man, that's Richie James. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down.
These two teams have met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're trying to win here in Philadelphia to capture the season series.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Over the middle, complete. That's James.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 41, Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and they'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
But that's always a risk on those longer kicks. You have to drive it low to get it there. That opened the door for a better chance for the defense to get a hand on it, and that's just what we saw there.
And even if the odds increase a little bit because it's a longer field goal attempt, it's still difficult to get hands on the football and create a block. Big-time excitement for that unit, getting through and knocking that one away.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. And this is caught. A big play there for Philly. And even 50 yards.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown.
Devontae Smith
from a yard out.
And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Darnay Holmes now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
And New York set to take the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Jones.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former Giant, James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake, but
Touchdown! Miles Sanders, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25.
The New York set to take the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
From the 30 on second down, Jones got his man complete over the middle. It's James. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. A first down carry for Barkley. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 21-0 our score after 1. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. They'll run it again with Barkley. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Hurts. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts, complete. Smith has it. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd and 8 now.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Goes right back to Smith again. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On the check.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. John Ross, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
So it's all down to this, Week 18 on the NFL schedule. And that means that once we sort things out, we'll all be set for our second ever Super Wild Card weekend, which I think everyone agrees was a runaway success last year. We've got 2 games.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Jones. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James.
And got his man complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
Daniel Bellinger
from 19 yards away.
And the Giants are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Gano the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was finished off with a touchdown by Daniel Bellinger.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
He continues to just torch this defense. Perfect on the last drive, including his 4th touchdown pass of the game.
Similar to hitters that are in that great zone in baseball, and they say the ball looks bigger when it's approaching the plate and they're smacking it around. I think for him, the windows to throw into are wide open. Doesn't matter whether they're tight or not. He feels like it's wide open, puts it in there. 4 touchdown passes. He thinks he's going to throw a whole lot more before this one's over.
this one out quickly to Watkins. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll look to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. And the Giants ready to come out now.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
And this will be caught. It's Isaiah Hodgins.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Back to throw again. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by the former Giant, James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick.
And the Giants will take over here just shy of the 30. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
On 2nd and 10, Jones.
And that one complete to Hodgins.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Jones now throwing on 1st down, going for the deep ball.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 3rd down, Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and they will remain well behind.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
Okay, ready? Left wing, 19. 19 right.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders as time expires in the first half. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Now that run, that's exactly why you stay with the running game. You don't abandon it totally. You stick with it, keep telling your guys to stay motivated, and they found a crease on that play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Hurts going to keep it again. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take over at
their own 13-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception's really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. That's complete to Slayton. He's at the 50. 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Gano for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Cut 19, cut 19. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
But first down, Hurts.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
They go play action with Hurts.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Throwing is Hurts.
Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And they stop him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Hawk 70, Jack Panther.
Going for it with Sanders. And he's not going to get the 1st. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Giants are going to get the football back. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer 3rd, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Second down, here's Barkley again. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now Jones. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there of 20 yards. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Jones throw taken in by Slayton. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has to get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Throwing Jones. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown.
Daniel Bellinger.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Giants get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And out now come the Eagles.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That will go for 9 yards and a 1st down on the keeper.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for it, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, that'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Hurts.
And that's complete to Sanders.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Let's go now.
The Eagles on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on third and inches.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On first and 10, it's Hurts. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Yeah, still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. If they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16. Looking to throw. Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw on second and 10. Jones. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. The Giants on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Oh, he shifts past him. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
He finds him again, Saquon Barkley.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 25 yards that time.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
Isaiah Hodgins.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Gano the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they could somehow get this one back. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, they turn to Sanders. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Here we go. Shot. Ready, go.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So now Jones and the Giants down by 2 touchdowns. Less than 90 seconds to go. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here. Starting with 1st and 10. Jones. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Passing lanes tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
Here's Jones. Gets this to Bellinger.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game.
Another pass complete to Bellinger.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Flush to his right. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that is incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by the former Giant, James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Brings
up 2nd and 9 at the 6-yard line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything